press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students. Okay, so we had started with your new chapter, right? That is Lifelines of National Economy. So in this we had discussed about few of the things, that is what is transport, what is trade, how, or say like what is the importance of international trade, why Indian or say Indian government, okay, why it had restricted, okay, few of the transport, what was the or say why it became necessary that they had to stop it. It is because the domestic industries were not able to compete with the foreign standard, or say the standard, they could not meet the standard, or they could not withstand the competition. And moreover, the importing started, import of few of the goods, it started becoming like the dumping, it did cause dumping. That's the reason, you know, all those things, all the like the transportation system, or there was a restriction on trade. Now you got to know about few of the things, right? Yesterday we did discuss about, or say the previous class we did discuss about modes of transport, right? When it comes to land, we did discuss roadways, railways. We even got to know that what is the importance of road compared to railway, like how it stands better, right? And even we did discuss about railways, like how it is better. So today let us know about the other mode, okay, the last mode of land, that is means of transport. When it comes to mode of transport, so it is land, okay. So when it comes to land, the last one is pipelines. So how is this pipelines useful? So how do they transport using the pipelines, right? Have you ever thought like, okay, can pipeline be used even for the transport? Definitely. See, what used to happen, earlier days, this was a major, or say this was used as a very good way of transport, okay. Say again, this is a network wherein kind of it is used as a new arrival, okay. Now see what happened, these were used to transport water to cities and industries. So if you have checked a few of the roads near Davangere or Harihar, you can see big pipelines, right? So only to transport water, these pipelines used to be used in the earlier days. Now what they have done, even for the transportation, okay, maybe crude oil, or sometimes even the like all the petroleum products, all these things is used, okay, to transport all those things. Even the pipelines are useful. So see how the technology has changed, right? Earlier only we used to use the these pipelines for the sake of transportation of water to different cities, to different villages and all, to transport the water or give the water facilities. We used to use this. Now we see there is an improvement, right? So because of the pipelines, we are using even pipelines for the transportation of crude oil or even the petroleum products. So even see like fertilizer factories, okay, and big thermal power plants. For these people, they need all those things, right? Even they are using pipelines as the source, or say means of transport for the sake of transporting the materials here, okay. So even solids can be transported here, it seems, through pipeline when converted into slurry. Okay, they convert it as a slurry and they are using it. Even those solid materials can be used there. So even see, when it comes to inland locations of refineries like Baruni, Mathura, Panipat, and gas-based fertilizers, so that is plants, could be thought of only because of pipelines. So because of the pipeline itself, all these things were possible in those places. So initially the cost was more. Okay, again you might ask, ma'am, whether setting up the pipelines, okay, because you got to know that setting the railway track is difficult compared to roadways, right? So how about pipelines? See, initially this cost of laying pipelines was high, okay, initially, because they did not know what kind of material to be used, or probably like the planning was not that perfect. But once they started using it, once they got to know like what all materials can be used for the sake of pipeline, now it is like affordable. Okay, now our country can afford for those pipelines here. So see, it rules out transport or transshipment loses all delays. Okay, like we can stop the delay here, because what happens, it is the easiest way. Again, pipeline is for these materials, that is crude oil and all, it is very easy, right? So that's the reason pipeline is useful. So there are three important network which they have mentioned here. Very first is from oil field in upper Assam to Kanpur, that is Uttar Pradesh, via Guwahati, okay, Baroni and Allahabad. So these are the three places wherein, or say, through these places the oil field, okay, they are using this oil field like a pipeline system here. So it has branches again from Baruni to Haldia via Rajband, and Rajband to Maurigram, and Guwahati to Siliguri. Okay, so other see what happens, the road are connected, right? Roads are also connected to one another. Do we have any gaps here? Though we have river, okay, there we construct bridge, right, to connect the roads there. So in the same way, even these places are connected with pipelines. So the next is from Salaya in Gujarat, okay, to Jalandhar, Punjab, via Viramgam and Mathura, Delhi and Sonipat. So through which all places it is getting connected, that has been mentioned. So again they have got branches here which connects Koili, that is near Vadodara, Gujarat, and Chakshu and other places. So these are the few places wherein the pipeline system is used. See, most of the places they prefer the roadways or railways. Okay, that would be the best, or say that is the easiest way where they can set the set their transportation system, or they can have the transportation system at the doorstep. But few people, or say few places, even pipeline system is very easy. Okay, so that's the reason these places are having the pipeline system here. So gas pipeline, see, gas pipeline, that is from Hazira in Gujarat, connects Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. It has branches to Kota in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur and Babrala and other places in Uttar Pradesh. So see, even though like the main source is there, no doubt main place is set up. So with that they are having a few more branches so that they can connect it with other branches and they can have the transportation easily at the fingertip. Okay, so easily they can get it, right? So that's the reason what they do. Even pipeline system is used for the transportation, and even that is considered to be the best way, or say easiest way to transport all the petroleum products and all that too for the industries. Okay, it can make available for the industries, those who are depending upon the petroleum products, or say petroleum or say crude oil. Okay, so these industries and all, they have to get all these things. So pipeline system is best for those industries. The next one is waterways. See, waterways. So we'll be learning major seaports in this. So waterways is another system, or say another way, means of transport. When it comes to modes of transport, or say means of transport, we have waterways wherein through ship, okay, through cargo, like you have huge things to be transported from one place to another. So heavy machinery and all. You might have seen, right? Have you ever visited Karwar or Mangalore or any such places where you can find these transportation system going on? If you have seen, so it would be very easy. Okay, so or else you can check in YouTube and all how the transportation system works there. So that would be easy. So when it comes to waterways, again that is the way wherein the transport system is followed. Okay, that is again the another way wherein transportation can be done. So since the ancient period, India was one of the seafaring countries. So its seamen sailed far and near. So everybody knows about this, right? So it is the oldest one. So this waterway transportation is the oldest one, because from ancient time immemorial we are transporting few materials from one place to another through waterways itself, because it was very easy and it was affordable in nature. That's the reason most of the people, they did consider this. And you might have seen most of the seamen, they travel from one place to another. So Indian commerce, like for spreading of Indian commerce and culture, why did it travel from one place to another? To spread the Indian culture. Okay, see, this is also possible as the transportation system increases, or it is developed one. So what happens, even the culture from different nation, it keeps coming to other countries. What happens, people do travel, right, for the sake of either business or say tourism. People keep traveling from one place to another. So modes of transport, you do communicate with those people, you understand their language, you understand like what exactly the importance of their country and why they have come to our nation. So all those things you understand there, right? So that is helpful again. So that's the reason when it comes to waterways, see, most of the seamen, they traveled from one place to another just for the sake of spreading the culture, okay, Indian importance, or say importance of Indian tradition and culture. For that sake, they did travel from one place to another through waterways. So most it is the most suitable one, right? It is the most suitable one. The reason is bulk things, you can carry the things in bulk. Okay, so that's the reason even waterways is very important. So fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. See, fuel efficient. Okay, one thing is fuel efficient. For whatever fuel it is being used, like efficiently it works there. Unlike your bus or say like roadways, or say when it comes to railways and all, this mode is very sufficient, or say self it is totally useful for the transportation, favorable one. Okay, so here India has inland navigation here, of which wherein almost 14,500 kilometer in length. Okay, so if you consider here, so almost 14,500 kilometer in length, you can see the inland navigation here, wherein 5,685 kilometer are navigable by mechanized vessels. Okay, mechanized, so all the mechanically working vessels are used here. And the following waterways has been declared as the national waterways. There are few ports, okay, the major seaports. So those are recognized, okay, or say those are having or you can consider those are the ports wherein the transportation is more, or people would believe, or say people would have the belief that okay, from this port our goods can reach the other places very easily, or from here we can get it very easily. So here you see the Ganga river between Allahabad and Halida, so that is again one major port. The next is the Brahmaputra, okay, the west coast, the Brahmaputra river between Sadia and Dubri. Okay, the second major port here. And the third is the west coast canal. Okay, so these are the few places wherein there is a connectivity, or say the waterways. You can see this waterway or the transportation, how it is carried here. So the west coast canal in Kerala, that is Kottapurma, Kollam, and Udyogamandala and Champakara canals. Okay, so you have so many canals wherein you can use this waterways for the transportation. Then specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada Puducherry stretch of canals. Okay, so how the waterways is connected within the nation. Okay, so again that has been mentioned here. So like including the railways, see what happens, the railways, as you have known, you have the connectivity, right? In the same way, waterways also have few of the connectivity. So here again specified stretches of river Brahmani, that is along with Matai river, delta, channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani rivers, and east coast canals. So you have these many inland waterways. Okay, so there are some other inland waterways wherein a substantial transportation takes place. Apart from these are the major one. Okay, like it's not exactly the seaports, but the places through which the transportation is very easy, or say waterways. Okay, waterway transportation through water is very easily. Apart from that, there are few other places, that is Mandavi, Zwari, Kumbarjua, Sundarbans, Barak and backwaters of Kerala. So apart from this, like India's trade with foreign countries is carried from the ports located along the coast. So as you all know, there are major seaports through which Indians, or say India is having its transportation facility, or say it is having its trade with other countries. See what happens, you cannot connect through roadways or waterways with different countries, right? This way is very easy. If at all you consider Sri Lanka and all, no doubt like you have the connectivity, but again see, even waterway is very easy, right? Apart from that, so people can travel from one place to another, or say even the goods can be brought, okay, goods can be brought and sold there, right? So that is the easiest way. So waterway is another easiest way, wherein through waterways they can carry the goods from one place to another place. So there are few major ports here which is considered as major seaports. So that is, it is having a coastline. Okay, it is having a coastline that is 7,516.6 kilometer. That is, India is dotted with 12 major and 200 notified non-major, minor or say intermediate ports. So there are 12 major ports, okay, which are very large ports we can consider, or which is having more importance and which are very large in nature. Apart from that, we have 200 minor ports or the connectivity ports. Okay, we can consider those as connectivity ports. So very huge one, right? So it is like we should feel proud about the ports, whatever we are having here. So that is about the major ports. So again here, which are the major ports, like let us know about that thing. So Kandla in Kutch was the first port developed soon after independence to ease the volume of trade on the Mumbai port. So Kandla, okay, in Kutch. So like for the sake of, see why this transportation system have come into existence, just to improvise the trade, right, to make easily. So those things that are very important, or say the needs, to satisfy the needs of people, okay, the products has to be made available, right? To make these products available, definitely that has to be distributed. For the sake of distribution, we have this transportation system. So again, see here, you have like Mumbai port you can consider. Then in the wake of loss of Karachi port to Pakistan after the partition, so we did lose this, okay, Karachi port to Pakistan because of the partition. Then Kandla, also known as Deen Dayal port, and it is a tidal port. Now it caters to the convenient handling of exports and imports. See that there are ports, so all these ports are very much important because it helps in export and import of goods. Okay, through waterways itself, it is the easiest way wherein we can always have a easy transportation. That's the reason most of the people, they depend, the businessmen and all, they depend upon the waterways itself. Okay, they depend upon the transportation of waterways. They believe this totally because export and import system. So when we talk about EXIM, okay, export import, this is the easiest way. So next is yes. So next is Mumbai, which is having the biggest port with a spacious, natural and well-sheltered harbour. So it is a very huge one. Okay, see what happens if you go to a harbour and all, you feel good to see those huge ships. Usually those ship never comes to the the harbour, or say it doesn't come near this totally the outside of the sea or very near to the people. Okay, it never comes. Hardly, like somewhere it would be standing if you use this what I can say, bare eyes you cannot see it sometimes. Okay, so that goes difficult. So when it comes to binocular, you can use definitely with those things. You can watch the huge ships, and sometimes you get scared to see that big ships. So what happens in Mumbai? It is very spacious, it seems, and even the biggest port. Okay, that is the biggest port here. So and well sheltered. Okay, it is like shelter for the ships. Okay. So Jawaharlal Nehru Port was planned with a view to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port for this region. Then comes the Marmagaon, Marmagaon port, that is Goa, and see, it is the premier iron ore exporting part of the port of the country. So there are a few of the ports which are considered to be, or say which is very popular too for the transportation of particular things. So this port accounts for about 50% of India's iron wherein you can export it. Okay, so New Mangalore port, which is located in Karnataka, you know this, right? So it caters to the export of iron ore concentrates from Kudremukh mines. So Kochi is the extreme southwestern port located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbor. So moving along the east coast, you would see the extreme southeastern port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu, and this port has a natural harbor and rich hinterland. So at every place, that is west, east, north and south, so north you do not have, but yes, west and all you have, because the sea is from west, right? It's like you have west, then it covers east, and you have south. So from these places you can have a very good trade there through waterways. So there are many major ports at every part of the nation. Apart from north, you can consider south, west and east. So this port has a natural harbor, that is your Tuticorin, wherein it is having it is rich hinterland and is having a natural harbor here, and it is flourishing, or say it is helping in the improvement of the trade. Then comes see, it is again connecting few of the countries, that is Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. Okay, and the coastal regions. Apart from that, even the coastal regions are connected. Then Chennai is one of the oldest artificial ports of the country. So again, artificial port is been adopted there in Chennai. So that is again a oldest port what you can consider. Again, that is connecting different nations, and it is helping actually to have a very good trade. So see, it is ranked next to the Mumbai in terms of volume of trade and cargo. So Visakhapatnam is the deepest landlocked and well protected port, and this port was originally conceived as an outlet for iron ore exports. Again, this Visakhapatnam, okay, again there also they used this particular port for the sake of iron ore export itself, and now they are using it for different products there. So Paradvip port, located in Odisha, specializes in the export of iron ore, and Kolkata as an inland riverine port. So this port serves a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dredging of Hooghly. So again, Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve growing pressure on the Kolkata port. So what happens, see, new ports will not be formed unless and until if they feel that it is necessary. So what happens, the ports which are already there, natural harbor is there already, and the people do use it for the sake of ships. Okay, so the ships will be carriage of goods, okay, like cargo through ship is very easy. And moreover, nowadays, because of the transportation, you can consider even the insurance coming into existence. So what is the importance of insurance here? Yes, again, there is an improvement, right? So again, this is helping the tertiary industry, as we had discussed in the previous lessons, like the tertiary, when we had discussed about sectors, right? So there we had said that, or we did come to a conclusion saying that yes, tertiary sector is having much more importance nowadays. The reason is, again, see, insurance, which is giving a very good service here, right? So insurance plays a major role here. You see, again, insurance has come into existence, and even that is gaining importance here. The reason is, see, through waterways or any of the modes, if you consider means of transport, either it is road or airways or waterways, if you consider, if at all you insure the goods, then it is the safest part. The reason is how insurance plays. See, what happens, most of the goods, when it has been taken from one place to another, there are chances of theft, there are chances of like a fire, if at all roadways, okay, sometimes even that happens if you are carrying some hazardous goods or hazardous liquid, and all if you are transporting those things, then definitely that would happen. Even in sea, that does happen sometimes, okay. And like peril, no doubt here sea peril we call, okay. And apart from that, again war, sometimes even war would hinder all these things, okay. And no doubt war is for the, like it is an external aggression, that is different, let us not take that. But yes, theft or loss of goods, sometimes what happens, waterways, while they are carrying all the huge cargoes and all, what happens if there are more and more, imagine there is a storm, okay, and the sea is now, like the sea is not favorable, okay, favorable in the sense the ship cannot move in a right manner, or say they have to change the route, or there are chances that they have to throw certain goods because to lessen the weight of the ship. All these things are possible, you never know, because these things we have learned in insurance law, okay. So when it comes to insurance, so insurance plays a very important role here. So when it comes to waterways, the ships are carrying all these things, they undergo, or say they take insurance. Again, you see, because of the transportation, again tertiary sector is, again it is blooming, no doubt. Transportation is also like it is service giving itself, right? It is again amounting to tertiary sector itself. So there is another thing that is linked for the tertiary sector, that is insurance. So insurance also plays a major role here. So that is all about waterways, wherein there are major ports here we can find. The next one is airways. So what is this airway? See what happens, and is it a good thing to carry the goods, or say even give services, or probably even people do travel? Yes, so everybody wants that, right? It is a kind of prestige if you are traveling from, or you are going through airways, or say like airplane, right? That is a prestigious thing wherein we Indians do have that, right? So the air travel today is the fastest and most comfortable and even the prestigious form of transportation. So it can cover very difficult terrains. So you do not have roadways. Airways is very easy, right? To clear this, right? Do you think so? It is very easy. Compared to all those things, probably it is easy, because you need not construct any road and all. But there are difficulties, definitely, okay. I have no idea because I am not a pilot. But even then, if at all you go through airways and all, like you will understand there is again difficulty regarding that. But comparatively, this can be considered as a easiest one, okay. And again, it is very prestigious one, because traveling through air, or say airplane, is something prestigious, right? Yes. And see, it covers the difficult terrain, because high mountains, the deserts, forests, and also oceanic stretches with great ease. It is very easy. Here and all you have for difficulty, right? Construction of road, again you have to think how the road has to be constructed, whether it is safe, all these things we have to keep in mind. And again, waterways, if at all things are favorable in nature, definitely it would be easy. If all of a sudden there is scarcity of something, then again it goes difficult, right? But airways, you can go like mountain, ocean, everything you can cover, and you can go through all those difficulties here. So see, think of the northeastern part of the country, marked with the presence of rivers, dissected relief, dense forests, and frequent floods and international frontiers, in the absence of air transport. So imagine what happens. You have seen every now and then this east part of the nation, right? You have seen much more flood and all that is occurring, Assam and all. So if at all there was no airway, okay, there was no transportation through airways, imagine how difficult it would be. It would be very difficult, right? People would not be, they would not get all the sufficient materials, they would not get anything if there was no airways and all. But now it has become very easy, because we have airways as a means of transport. Then air travel has made all these things very easier. So because of airways, we can travel and we can provide food for the people, okay. Even we can save them, So all those things are possible. So the air transport was nationalized in 1953. Okay, so Air India provides domestic and international like air services, both domestic, so within the country, within the state, what we call, okay, state in the sense not Karnataka and all, okay, I have told you many a times, when it comes to state, it is country, so international law, we will be following international law, that's the reason. So when it comes to state, okay, as a definition of state itself, okay, like we consider it as a nation. So domestic is nothing but so within the nation, within the state, okay, and international level again with the different countries. So we can travel within the nation, and even we can travel from one nation to another nation, even though those facilities are being given. So Pawan Hans Helicopters Limited provides helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in its offshore operations to inaccessible areas and difficult terrains like the northeastern states, so that is Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So like see, even Airways, so helicopters on, like you can use these things for the transportation. And even Airways, you see, transportation of people is possible, and that is very easy. Even goods and all they can carry, but that would be of very less amount, because there is a limitation for that, okay, how much of like weightage that can carry, what is the weight that can carry, all those things, there are limitation. That is the only drawback here. Apart from that, it can move anywhere, and that is the fastest way. Through roadways and all, it might take a day or 2 days or hours together. Here hardly half an hour, sometimes you will reach, within an hour you will be reaching. So these the traveling time will be less, so you can save time here. So that is the main thing that can be said, like it is helpful, it is advantageous. So you can reduce the time here, okay. So reduction of time is the very major thing here, okay. We can consider that under Airways. So that is all about like air travel, okay. Yes, so as you know, it is not in the like common people, or say the middle class people or the lower class people, they cannot think, or they cannot afford this, no doubt. But again, okay, like only in the northeastern states that special provisions are made to extend the services even to the common people. Only in northeastern that is made possible, like even the common people can afford for it. But here when it comes to south or say other places, we do not have that. So it was very difficult to have this particular it is very difficult to go or travel through Airways. A common person, or say a middle class person, or say the lower class people, so they cannot afford for the tickets and all, okay. So it goes difficult. So that is the only drawback. And even the weight, as I told you, bulky things cannot be carried here, so that is again a drawback. Apart from that, Airway is the fastest one, okay, within no time you can reach within, and that is a prestigious one again, okay. So these are a few of the things related to Airways. Now let us know about communication. Do you think so communication is important? Yes, if so, why is it important? And how does that helps in increasing the national economy? Whether that adds to the national economy? Definitely here. How does that happen? See, as the humans appeared on the earth, they have used different means of communication. Now, if you imagine, okay, think, maybe during your ancestors, or like maybe during your grandfather's grandfather era and all, if you consider, you had this trunk call. Just ask them about this, how they used to communicate, okay. Before to that, they had this pigeon actually, right. You might have seen in movies and all, right, or the letters are sent from one person to another, they tie it, all those things you might have seen, right. So that is how they used to communicate. Or during the king's era and all, like one person used to carry all those stuffs, whatever they want to communicate, and he used to come to another place, he used to deliver the message to the other person. So these were the ways they would communicate. Now, how the improvement has occurred, or how we are using the technology here for the betterment of communication, there are many ways, right? How the things have changed, just think about it. So, as the pace of changing, okay, there is with the modern technology, Okay, all this physical movement of the communicator has stopped, totally stopped. Like personal communication and mass communication, that is including television, radio, press, films, etc., the major means of communication in the nation. So like as you all know, the communication is improving day by day because of the science and technology. The science and technology is like as they improve, they bring the new ways to communicate, or say it as the like we are having much more improvement in the science and technology, like the communication. So we are using all the science and technology. We are seeing how people are okay, that country is using so and so thing for the betterment of communication. Why can't we? Now for example itself, now you see, now lockdown, right? So from March 14th, like we call it, all the college people, okay, they have shut down, colleges are shut, schools, even companies, most of the companies, they gave all this work from home. Then what exactly they have to do then? How to reach people, how to reach students? That was a question mark for us. We being lecturers or even the teachers and all, they had a question mark. How to reach people, how to reach students? So we came across many apps, right? People started creating much more apps so that we can reach students, so that we can talk to people, right? So that is how the communication has changed. So now with the improvement of, you can see the mass medias, right? So all those things has come into existence. So the Indian postal network is the largest in the world. No doubt we still have the postal system. Even letters are sent from one place to another. We have, no doubt we have message system, WhatsApp system, we use email system, no doubt we have all those things, but still we have something called as postal system, and that is under the central government itself. Okay, so post, still it is under central government, it comes under union list. Okay, so yes, so when it comes to this, cards and envelopes are considered the first class mail and are airlifted between stations covering both land and air. Okay, so how those things will be transported? See, sometimes through bus and all they carry, through airways they carry. Again, it depends. The second class mail includes book packets, registered newspapers and periodicals. So they are carried by surface mail or covering land and water transport. So how these things are carried from one place to another? So these are the means what they have given. So to facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, 6 mail channels have been introduced recently. That is, they are called Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, Green channel, Business channel, Bulk mail channel and periodical channel. See, even communication, so improvement in the communication, how to make people understand or know what exactly is happening. So all these channels have been created so that people understand what is going on, in the nation and all. So India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia. As you all know, India is having the largest telecom network. So like during the lockdown, people were very busy using internet, right? So crores and crores they have earned, it seems. The one who has given the telecom facility, the one who has given internet facility. So this is the one major largest telecom network we have here. So excluding urban places, more than 2/3 of the villages in India have already been covered with subscriber trunk dialing. See, earlier we had this a trunk calling. Okay, later on we came up with improvement in the landlines. Okay, like we came up with these things. Now there are STD. Okay, this is like subscriber trunk dialing. Apart from few villages, these system has been followed everywhere. Okay, in order the grassroots to the higher level, the government has made like a special provision in relation to the STD. They have made certain special provision to every village in the nation, and there is a uniform rate. Okay, like the STD call rates and all those are very similar. Where it is like there is no variation, they are telling, and we are having all those codes and all. Okay, and see, it has been made possible by integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. Apart from that, we have mass communication, which provides entertainment, okay, awareness among people, nothing but your news and all, and you can even watch entertainment like movies and all you can watch, right? So for the entertainment, even for the news. So from one place to another place, how do you understand, like, okay, so and so thing is happening somewhere? So it is because of the communication itself, and it includes like radios, magazine, television, right? All those things has come into existence now. Which is the best way of communicating? We have all this WhatsApp, right? You have video calling, right? These are the easiest way. YouTube is another way wherein you can understand all this. Like, see, for the sake of communication, nothing but, see, communication. What is communication? See, whatever we are doing now, whatever I am telling, you are listening to it, right? So that is communication. So it is like talking, understanding the things, right? So to communicate, to understand what is going on in the nation, to understand what exactly is happening around you, in and around you, you have different channels here, right? Channels in a sense, like different ways to understand these things. So yes. As you all know, Doordarshan. See, I have heard about Mahabharat. When this during the lockdown, Mahabharat and Ramayana, they did telecast, right? Most of the TRP had increased. It seems like how it has increased. No other serial had got that much of importance, because we are lagging behind all those things. We don't know exactly, like when it comes to Ramayana, we don't even know. Like few of the students, they don't know who is Rama and who is Sita. They will be having a question mark, right? So we have to know our tradition, we have to know those values. That's the reason Mahabharat was telecast, like it was done, right? And as you all know, Doordarshan, it is the very oldest, and it is the national channel and very oldest one, which is having a largest network, it seems, okay, in the world. It broadcasts like entertainment, sports, etc., etc. Earlier days, we had only one channel, that is Doordarshan. Maybe when I was a kid, even we had only one, Doordarshan was the only thing we had. Okay, now we can see there are so many channels, okay, you have to subscribe and all, that is different. But again, you have so many channels, they are giving so many facilities, right? You can watch anything you want, like Discovery channels you have news channels. So there are, the network is growing, right? Yes. So next is, India publishes a large number of newspapers, as you all know, and periodicals annually. So every now and then periodicals will be coming, and newspapers. See, it seems almost there are 100 language newspapers here, and people do read newspapers. I don't know how many students have the habit of reading newspaper. Please have the habit, so that cracking exams will be easy. Okay, competitive exams especially, it would be very easy if you have the habit of reading newspapers. Okay, please do that, so that you can crack your exams easily without any problem. Okay, so say there are 100 language newspaper itself. So how does this reach? See, every when if at all you think, see, the newspaper, it has to get ready within the 24 hours, right? And it has to reach people, that too on time it has to reach. Morning, once you wake up, few people have the habit of getting newspaper at around 5:30, right? So they read it at that hour. So it has to be available at that particular time. So how does it reach? So again, it is our media, the transportation system. Because of the well-developed transportation system, this is made possible. So the next is, yes. So when it comes to newspaper in the country, see, the largest number of newspapers that is published here are Hindi, followed by English and Urdu. So India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. Again, if you consider the feature films and all, again, India is the largest producer of feature films. You have many short films, you have video feature films and video short films. So Central Board of Films, okay, that gives the certification, and it is having the authority, like both Indian and foreign films. Okay, it is the authorized, what I can say, it has got the authority there. Okay, the Central Board of Film Certification, they will be doing the certification. What kind of films has to be, like censor board, what we call. Okay, they will be allowing, they will be giving the permission which all movies has to reach people and what all things has to be shown. So all those things will be decided by these authority. The next topic is international trade. See what happens when it comes to why international trade. We have already discussed about this. See, when it comes to international trade, it is nothing but exchange of goods and services among the people, that too outside. Okay, states and countries is referred to as trade. So the market is the place where such exchange takes place. Okay, and the trade between two countries is called international trade. So everybody knows this: international, nothing but between the nations. So if at all there is a export import that is taking place, or maybe only export, or maybe only import, nothing but some goods are sold and bought there, so that itself is called as international trade with different countries, nothing but different states. So it may be taking any route, it may be through waterways, airways, roadways. So if at all it is possible, as with roadways, definitely roadways will be carried, or say they will be using roadways for the transportation. But a few of the nation that is not possible, so they will be using either waterways or say airways for the sake of transportation. So as you all know, it is the economic barometer. So to consider, okay, if at all there is more and more export. Okay, we have already discussed this in sectors, I guess. The more and more exports and less import, that would be very helpful for the increasing of economic development. Okay, to increase the economy, that would be the easier one. So when it comes to export and import, these are the two components of trade. Export is nothing but from your nation, you are sending it to other nation, okay, other country. And import is from different country, you are taking it to your country. So that is import. So that is those are the two components here. And when the value of export, okay, when the value of export exceeds the value of import, it is called as favorable balance. So something called as favorable balance. One is, sorry. FABA. Okay, so favorable balance, and the next is okay, so the next one is, which is something like unfavorable. Okay, so something that is favorable in nature, okay, something that is unfavorable in nature. So what is favorable in nature? When the export, there is increase in export and decrease in import, nothing but export is more and import is less. Okay, so that is favorable in nature. And what is unfavorable in nature? So wherein the import is more, if at all import is more and export is less. Okay, if the export is less, if at all it is decreased, then that is unfavorable in nature. So when it comes to international trade, export and import are the two components here, okay, for the international trade. So when it comes to international trade, what they say, if at all you are having more export, because that is an income to the nation, right? So if at all the export is more compared to the import, then that is something favorable in nature. And if at all there is more import but less export, then that is unfavorable balance of trade. So let's see, when it comes to India, most of the things are exported, that is gems, jewelry, chemicals and related products, agricultural products and other allied products. So apart from that, we import certain things. So like what all things we do import, that is petroleum, crude and other products, gems and jewelry, chemicals and related products, base metals, and like software giant other things. We even buy technologies, okay, we import technology. So there are many other things that we keep importing. So always it has to be balanced. Okay, like either export, see, if at all export is more compared to import, then that is really good, because it is helping you to gain, or say you can gain, like you can make more and more income. But when it comes to, if at all like the import is more compared to the export, then it is unfavorable in nature. It is definitely like you are spending, right, from your nation, it is going to the other nation. So there you will be, your economy will be decreasing. That's the reason it is called as unfavorable trade balance. So the last topic for today is tourism as a trade. How tourism is helping, okay, how tourism, whether it is a lifeline, whether it is helping the national economy, definitely it is helping. In what way it is helping? See, we can earn, we can get more and more culture, we can understand how important our culture is, and we can even understand, we can adopt different nations' culture. So here and there we can just take up certain things, even those things are possible. So tourism in India has grown substantially over the last 3 decades, as you all know, as because of the improvement in the transportation, as the technology has increased, or say technology has come improvised, okay, as the technology has improvised, even the modes of transport, or say means of transport is also changed, or we have got more improvement, we can see improvement in the or say development in the transportation system. So as this transportation system has come, like it is improved one, even we can see people would like to travel. See, consider my example itself. I don't like to travel if at all the place is not, or say the bus is not clean, or say if at all there is no good system of like transport. Either I would prefer my own vehicle, or I can those things comes to our mind, right? So if imagine if you have a very good transportation system, good roads you have got, okay, apart from roads you have good facility like bus, imagine you have all this like what I can say, AC bus and all, right? So Volvo and all, so you would enjoy, right? You would like to go in there because the facility is good, so everybody wants this. So again the same thing, if at all, say more than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry, it seems. And how it is helping? Definitely it is helping because people are getting job, first thing, adding to the economy, okay. Tourism, see what happens, you have this tourist activities and all, you might have come across, right? So and so tourist wherein you have a package with very less amount, you can just travel to so and so places. So all these things you might have seen in the advertisement and all, again that is helping. Apart from that, you can invite other people from different nations. So tourism also promotes national integration, as I told you, and it provides support to local handicrafts and even cultural pursuits. So this is very important. People, see, let me tell you, Indian culture is having much more importance in foreign nation compared to India. We are giving away our tradition, but definitely foreign nation are they are adopting our culture. So let's not leave our culture, okay, this is the main thing. And even so it also helps in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. Foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure, cultural, medical and business tourism. See, India is having so many facilities that has been given, right? We should feel proud about it, that yes, people do come from different nation just because we are giving them all the facilities. So for the sake of medical tourism they do come, for the sake of cultural tourism, adventure, or say ecotourism and heritage tourism. So most of the foreign people, they do come to India to understand our culture. Few people, they do write books on our culture. They always try to adopt those culture. They respect our culture. But how about we people? We are giving away our culture, right? So that should not happen. So again, tourism as a trade. Tourism has become a trade now because again, as there is an increase in tourism, definitely it is making us earn or increase the economy, right? So best places, you have all this Goa again, wherein the tourists you can find tourists more there. I have met most of the people wherein they are from different nation, okay, and they come here, they stay for 6 months, they make money there. Okay, their nation itself, they make money there. They come to India, especially Goa. They spend their time like almost 2 months, 3 months. They spend their life here. Okay, like totally they enjoy the environment, visiting places in and around, and then they go back. Again they earn, they come. So see, they are spending here, right? They are coming here just to spend the money. So imagine how lucky we are, right? Like people are coming just to spend their time, just to have a good kind of a picnic, or say they are having some good life here. So for that sake, again they are coming. Apart from that, few people are coming for the sake of even for the experiment sake and all, they are coming. Even for education, okay, to gain education, they are coming. So every person is coming. They are visiting places. Even from India, most of the people do travel to different nation. Again, that is different. But yes, when it comes to Indian tourism, definitely we can consider it as a trade. So like, there is a vast potential for development of tourism in all parts of our country. Efforts are being made to promote different types of tourism for this upcoming industry. So tourism industry also has come into existence, as you all know, because most of the people they would like to travel, right? Nowadays traveling is also a kind of adventurous thing. So most of the people are getting engaged into those things. So that is the reason even tourism industry is gaining importance, and definitely even that would be adding on to the national economy. So with this, dear students, we have finished your chapter, that is Lifelines of National Economy. And yes, so when it comes to this particular chapter, we came across many terms here. Very first is trade, right? So what is trade and how trade is carried out, okay? And what is the like who are traders, who carry, like very first is transportation. So transportation is nothing but the movement of goods and services from the place of supply to the place of demand. Nothing but place wherein they can create something. They are having something in huge that can be taken up to some different places wherein those products or those things are having much more importance. So the movement of goods will be done from one place to another, and that will be done by a person called as trader. So he is the person who helps for the movement of goods from one place to another. So there is supply and demand. So it has to be carried out. Whenever there is a demand, definitely there has to be supply. So there are, again we did discuss about certain things, that is modes of transportation. So when it comes to means or mode of transportation, we came across three things, that is land, waterways and airways. So under that we did discuss about roadways, railways and pipelines. And apart from that, we did discuss about waterways, like we got to know what are the major ports, how waterways is better compared to the other modes of transport. We even did discuss whether roadways is important or railways is important, okay, how that is helping, how these transportation systems are helping us. So now you can tell me the importance of transportation. So this is helpful because see, people would like to travel, right? Again, apart from, it's not about likes, even there are necessity that they have to travel from one place to another place just for the sake of job, sometimes just for the sake of like doing business, sometimes just for the sake of entertainment. So when these things has to happen, there has to be some means for the transportation, right? So if at all there is a good transportation system, definitely that serves as a lifeline for the national economy. So apart from our industries, manufacturing industries, apart from all those things, even transportation system, the tertiary sector, including again the insurance, as the transportation system is improving, again we can see insurance is also gaining importance, right? So because of these things, again that is helping us to increase the national economy. Again, those are serving as a life support, okay, lifelines, like they are supporting. See, no doubt we have sectors, important sectors like primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary. So this comes under tertiary sector itself because it is giving the or providing the service. So again, that is a supporting system, okay, that is supporting for the national economy to get or to earn or to increase the national economy. This is helping. That's the reason, these transportation is again a very important thing. Okay, so dear students, with this we have finished your chapter, that is Lifelines of National Economy. Let me tell you, see, you have to go through the whole chapter again, and please do check the textbook, okay, wherein you are having the maps and all. Please do check that, okay, like how the connectivity is happening and all. Okay, so if possible, again, I can make a PPT and I can send it to you people, like in a group itself. I'll try to do that so that you can understand the things, okay, in a thorough manner. So this is regarding the national, Lifelines of National Economy. Dear students, with this we have finished. If you have any doubts, please let me know about the thing. Okay, so you can discuss it, if at all there is any problem or you have not understood any of the part here, you can just let me know. Okay, so these are the few means of transport, and yes, how the communication has helped increase the economy and even international trade. See, let me tell you, international trade is very much important, and nowadays it is gaining more and more importance. Okay, even our small industries, cottage industries, even they are engaging with international trade, even they are trying to compete with at the international level, and they are meeting the standard of international standard, they are trying to meet the international standard. And tourism nowadays, it has emerged, no doubt, but again it is gaining much more importance, and very soon again that will be a complete lifeline for the national economy, because tourism is increasing nowadays. People have they have understood the importance of tourism, and definitely again this will be improving. Okay, thank you so much, dear students, for your patience. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Thank you.